Hi, I'm Carcina.
Oh, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it.
No one knows Carcino and none of these.
There's so much going on in the world, and I'm just giving my 2 cents on it. Go in and do a raid at someone's house, but you don't have an arrest warrant for them. Dear good people, what's up? Yeah. Ryan Clark decided to do a pivot episode, and he's been doing everything text. So he was saving it. He was saving everything so that he could go live on the pivot. That's when he wanted to address it. So he was fired on Monday, the 20th, 4 days ago. And so for 4 days, they knew they were going to do this pivot episode. And he wanted that to be the first time people saw him. So he was texting everything on Twitter and everything else, right? And the CRC go through this. Everybody is like, oh, man, Ryan Clark, man, you see how they did the black man. And he's pulling on the heartstrings of the people to say, look what happened to me. And I loved my job. I loved Candyland. I love me some Candyland. And he starts crying. Oh, my God. It almost got me going, what the heck am I watching here? Now, before we go down there and get to this level, I'm going to peel back the layers as to what's going on. People think I don't like I'm angry at Ryan Clark. I'm disappointed in Ryan Clark. There's a major difference from being disappointed in someone and being angry at someone. I'm never going to be happy for a black man losing his job who didn't deserve it. Nothing he done at ESPN deserved for him to be fired. You know, there have been plenty of people at ESPN that have said and done things. Has he done things that the company would not be okay with and grounds for his termination? Absolutely, yes. He didn't feel it was termination worthy. The thing about mentioning the wife of RG3, that was already a red flag. Plus, he don't read the room well. You know, it's like if your whole colleagues are saying this is the way the company is going, we're going in this direction, and you want to go left, is it really the way you feel, or are you being performative? Some of the things you say seems self-indulging to build the Ryan Clark brand more than it is tackling the subject. Now, I'm not saying that you're a complete fraud, because you actually do get involved. You actually are out there and bringing awareness to situation. But some things that you bring is on a slant to say, hey, I could turn this into a race issue real quick. Hey, Angel Reese, you know, hey, let's not forget this is a black woman and she done this, she done that. Caitlin Clark is amazing, but Angel Reese. So now we got to have the back and forth. Now, I have no problems, right, with a black man expressing his disdain and what he went through in his experience at a job. Okay? Again, not a problem. Problem is that I have is when you're looking for sympathy. Like if I go to work at Mr. Candyland, if I'm at Candyland with Steven from Django, and I'm working over there, and I come running out the door, they hated me when the day I worked there. I don't think they liked me very much. No kidding. What did you think was going to happen? You thought they were going to welcome you with open arms and say, hey, buddy, pat you on the back and throw a party, a celebration? You thought you were going to get treated fairly? Stephen A. Smith ain't treated fairly. And he been there for 30,000 years. They treated him like a mutt and still do. And he's just okay with being a mutt. He's a powerless mutt. Buddy, every job you work at, 90% chance of racism. Every job, Walmart, Target, PF Chang, anywhere you go, it's going to be racism. It's going to be racism in the kitchen. It's going to be racism, favoritism, all of it. Everywhere you go, you are a black man. That is going to follow you everywhere like luggage, buddy. I'm sorry, you're not the first. So all of this, you are getting paid millions of dollars at this job. I'm quite sure you got a heck of a severance package. You're not losing any money. You don't have to worry about your bills and where you're going to eat. That's why he said, I'm worried about the other people in production who got fired. Are you really? Because all you're talking about is how you was treated. You didn't deserve that. And sure, you can come up here and make your stands, but you have to remember it was their company. What I didn't hear from Ryan Clark in this whole diatribe that he gave was any acceptance of anything that he's done. Or saying, I might have did this wrong, this might have been on me. That is their company, and I did kind of take liberties of my own to try to make my own self popular and stand out, but at the cost of the company and the embarrassment of them. I did have to apologize a number of times on the show for things that I've said, even though I didn't want to. The company reminded me that I needed to. So if you keep doing these things on the show, you know where you are, and they're not going to be comfortable about that. You can't try to come in there and free the indentured servants at Candyland. It's not going to happen. Candyland is always going to be Candyland. Mr. Candy runs it. Did you think you was going to go over to Candyland and make the rules? And you never do what you just did, homie. You never, ever, ever, Ryan Clark, let them see you cry. They threw a party when you left. Your haters are celebrating your demise right now. Burt Mangus, and he's one of the main people celebrating your out. I told you so. Every sports person's nightmare was going to do exactly what they do. You love talking. It was never about being good at your job. They got 90% of the people that work there, they're horrible at their job. But they don't have to worry about getting fired. Because they have great relationships. They golf. They live in the same community with some of the executives. And they happen to be the same complexion. They got the complexion for the protection for the collection. Now, they did a wonderful job setting the stage for something epic. Now, of course, all of these things that just happened, like he says, Stephen A. Smith has no power. It's not his job to do those things. And Ryan Clark came out and basically told you all that I was correct in everything that I said. When he mentioned those comments about the LSU player, that was a major factor because that wasn't just ESPN. That was the NFL. They didn't want to hear anything about what happened with Lacey at LSU that led to a suicide. Now, they don't want to believe that there's enough depression in the world that a person couldn't handle or deal with. So when somebody gets stuck in the middle of something, or they're not being taken seriously enough, these things start getting out of control. It starts getting insane. People start making their own waves. Now, what Ryan Clark did was cry because he's so emotional. Like, I love my job. I love talking sport. Do you know you're going to get paid by the liberals, buddy? You think we don't know the liberals look at you? This thing is going viral. You basically auditioning for a job right now. That's what this whole thing was about. And exposing ESPN for what everybody know they are anyway. You just in there basically like, I just don't know. I didn't get no notes for the meeting. What did this mean? You've been knowing. You've been ignoring the signs for years. The sign saying we are firing you. We don't like you. When they re-signed you and you were gonna leave and you thought this might be the end and all that negotiations took all day, they were firing you then. They were gonna let you go right out the door. Then last year, the Pat McAfee situation with Aaron Rodgers and all those guys, all of those conservative guys, by the way, and you knew which way that was going. You knew, but it built the Ryan Clark brand. You felt building that brand was more important. Fine, own it. It's a job. You will get another one. Quit crying about this one. You want to go back there? You want to go back to Candyland? Man, I love my job, man. We want to go back and do that. You would go back. You would go right back to goddamn Candyland so they can treat you just the way they did again. They should bring your dumb ass back. Go on back over there. Go on back over there. Man, they mistreated me again as soon as I got here. Then why the hell you bring your ass back? This has got to tell you, in 2026, yes. In 2026, why are we still crying, crawling, and begging? Get your own platform. Do that. This whole network thing and hoping they change and all that crap, they're not going to change. If they were going to change, they would change it at the executive level. You don't see anybody representing you with any power at all in these networks because that's not the plan. So if you know you don't have that protection, so you got to hope that old Candy, Mr. Candy, feels generous enough to throw you a bone. You think you just go in there and do your job? You could be the smartest person in the world. They don't care about that. Do you follow their instructions? When they crack the whip, do you jump? Stephen A. Smith flinch every time that whip crack. They go, crack, oh, good Lord, what I do? Are we six, massa? I felt myself getting a little cold. Man, I'm making sure I got my raincoat when it starts raining in here. Oh, God, protect yourself. Where you going? I'm staying out of Mr. Candy's way. Now, here's the thing. You never let them see you cry, Ryan. You never let them see you cry. Yeah, you might feel hurt and embarrassed because you're a public figure and you just lost your job. But you never let them see you cry, boy. That's one thing they didn't want to ever happen, was to give them that satisfaction of seeing you cry. Oh, you made their day. All them conservatives got you to cry on the internet over the job? Boy, I'm telling you, our ancestors, boy, you would have got your ass whooped when you got home, boy. They don't ever let you. Boy, they'd have grabbed your daddy would have grabbed you up. Don't you ever let them white boys see you cry like that over there. Boy, you better. You'll piss them off for you crying. I'm crying because they fired me. I'm crying because I love my job. I love talking football. You can talk football right goddamn now. You talking about them crying. You could be talking football. This whole hour, you could have been talking about football. They can't stop you from talking about football. But they on TV. I want to be on TV. You can be on TV on the internet. Everybody got the internet on their goddamn TV now. You hold the power. Stop trying to give power to somebody else to govern you. The game didn't change, Ryan. Everybody, y'all keep playing this steps and ladders game. It has changed. Now it's who can control this flow. They giving you an outlet. They giving you a Band-Aid. You got the liberal, you can call Obama, you can get all these people on the phone. You got the connection. Stop playing the victim card. You got the connections, Ryan. You got the connections. Stop it. All this crying and looking weak and acting like, I can't believe it, man. I showed up on time. I did this. I don't know if I'd have did what they told me to do. You do know. They would have fired you eventually anyway if you did everything that they told you to do. You knew they didn't like you, so you should have been positioning yourself for the exit. You should have got your raincoat. And you knew it was going to rain. They sent you every sign in the world. You done sat here and ran down all these signs. I'm like, well, damn, that's a sign. I came in one day and they didn't even ask me if I wanted to get on there. Then they sent the email telling me, oh, we didn't choose you. I'm like, well, damn. I won an Emmy. They didn't even want to promote it on that ESPN PR people. They didn't even put it up. They didn't like you. So everything they're saying is, we don't like you. We don't care what you do for the company. We just don't like you. You got to make a decision to go, Ryan Clark. But my thing is, take some responsibility that some of this was your decisions that you made. They used the Jeff situation to humiliate you. We know that's not why you was fired. Exactly. That is why I'm glad he said all of those things and validated everything I tried to tell all these other people that just piggyback off the wrong information that keeps coming up because they don't do any research. This is an NFL decision with Burt Mangus, who don't like him anyway. The NFL and them don't like him and him. So when they did the merger, Ryan Clark was going to be out. And I told you, Cam Newton too. Anybody who is opinionated or might not go with the program or the flow, once Cam say, hey, nobody control me, I do what I want to do. It was like, oh yeah, he gone. That video that day with Whitlock, that was his firing day. And they at least they talked to Cam because they like Cam. But they told him, hey, the direction we going, you no longer fit that direction. He was, okay, that's cool. I'd never go back there again. So he already knows. See, Cam ain't going to cry because there's nothing to cry about. Like he said, I went in there to build my brand. I used that to leverage to build up the Cam Newton brand. I went there to build myself up. I wasn't going there thinking, oh, man, I love this place. Let me just stay here and try to do this and go up the ladder and do all that. He was like, look, if we did that, cool. But he had a mindset of thinking like an entrepreneur, an individual mind as a walking branding business. You went in there as thinking, I want to be the best employee in the world. Like Stephen A., I'm just going to do my job. I'm going to work real hard, and they're going to see how valuable I am to this company. And they didn't see you as valuable to the company because they're getting phone calls about you. Long as they're getting phone calls about you in a negative way, and they already don't like you, they're going to be looking for a reason to get rid of you. Yeah, they wanted to put the tape out to humiliate Ryan Clark with the thing, but you know what you're dealing with. You at Candyland. Everybody say ESPN's racist. They just like Fox. Fox is racist too. They both racist. You know that. Guess what else is racist? CBS, NBC, ABC. What else you want to go? Telemundo? How many black folks you see on Telemundo? You don't see a Leroy nowhere on Telemundo. They all racist. Crying Clark. No, because it was common sense. The NFL bought 10% of ESPN for $3 billion. That's why they closed all their locations in California. They couldn't afford, ESPN couldn't afford to have those outlets in California and New York. That's why Jalen Rose and his wife, Molly, that's when the problems start. Because she took the job and they moved First Take from California back to New York and Bristol in Connecticut. So she had to go or lead the show. And he told her, lead the show. You don't need the show. She was, no, I can't quit my job. And so she went out there, and then he was working in California. And that created a whole lot of stuff, especially when the pandemic went down. But ESPN wanted to use their relationship long as it was marketing them. And Stephen A. and Molly's sleeping together, and it's causing a division. I'm like, first of all, y'all ain't thinking about Jalen Rose, who lost his mother and his grandmother within like 6 months apart. These were the two most vital people in his life. And he was going through it, depression and everything, and was still showing up to work. And he was not dealing with all of that well, grieving. And then his marriage is suffering because of that. She's losing people. And ESPN and Stephen A., they don't want to answer nothing. They're just like, nah, let it go. Let it keep going. And ESPN is loving it. No, it's getting a lot of attention on social media. let it keep building up. That's going to keep people watching the show. And he was like, look, at my expense. This is at my expense. This is my marriage, my life, my stuff I'm going through. I work here. Would we ever do that to another colleague that work here that's white? No. Jalen Rose was the first guy gone. Oh, we're doing layoffs. Jalen Rose is gone. It was Jalen Rose. Everybody, it was the biggest shock ever. But you know the backstories and what's been going on. That's what was going on. I tried to tell people, but then they want to mute you down and don't want you to go, and they let these people that don't know anything start talking, and then they just start making up narratives on their own and go with whatever Twitter is saying. And it's wrong all the time, just like they trying to make this Jeff situation. Oh, he got fired because of Jeff. That's why I'm glad he told everybody. It wasn't because of Jeff I was fired. They didn't like you anyway. And once the NFL came through and they said we're bringing the NFL network, which is in California, so now they don't have to have the offices in California. The NFL is making that decision. They're bringing the Super Bowl to ESPN for the first time. They will have a no Negroes allowed policy unless these are Negroes we like. So Ryan Clark, oh no, we ain't gonna be having that why the black man ain't getting the ball. Nope. Cam Newton, no, we ain't gonna have no glazing and talking down on certain players that we like. Nope, that's out of there. You're gonna have to do that from your platform, and which is fine. I would watch 4th and 1 than watch ESPN. I would rather watch Cam Newton tell me about football plays, especially personnel-wise, and what they need to do and what they don't do, because Cam take notes. He was a quarterback. They want to make you believe all black quarterbacks are just stupid. You don't get in the NFL and be a starting quarterback without knowing how to read the defensive plays and know what personnel is supposed to be. He knows more about the defense than he do the offense. Because he got to know where these guys are lined up. He's got to call audibles. He's got to call out numbers. Guys are shifting and moving. So when Cam is telling you, it's like, hey, I need to know what this guy's doing. This guy here, there. He needs to be here. Why he's not there? Motioning. So I would rather hear that from Cam Newton than Stephen A. Smith. Oh, well, you know what I'm saying. He's my dog, you know. He's a stud. You gotta just give him the ball. I don't even understand how he can miss a ball like that. Because you don't know what you're talking about. And you just BSing your way through it like you've been doing. And you've been getting called out by Whitlock, and you've never answered one of his claims because you can't. You don't have the balls to sit down and talk to Kwame Brown like a man. And for 20 plus years, you went on the internet. Well, not the internet, on national television, belittling this man, going to colleges, making fun of somebody you've never had a conversation with. You didn't even pick up the phone and talk to this man and say, hey, let me actually talk to this guy. But you want to go on the internet and say you're sorry. But you will stand up. You don't run from no smoke. Well, the smoke and the whole chimney was coming down there. It was longer than train smoke, buddy. You ain't want to address it no way because you're a coward. You've always been a coward, a punk. You did it just like a punk would do. Go up there. Don't want to have any conversation about it whatsoever. Want to run away from the issues. You want to run away from people that are going to really confront you and talk to you and have a discussion that you can't control. You don't want that. You want to sit down with people that you can control. They look up to you like you're some type of icon. You're a grifter. And this is why you don't get respect, because you're a coward. And that's why we look at you like a scared little boy over there on that network. Your money don't impress anybody. They don't pay you because you're good. You believe it. He actually convinces himself it's because he's talented. You're talented at being a con artist. That's it. You con these people to believe in you're a boss. You con the people believing you have all this power. You con people into this. I know. All this groveling. F ESPN. Every sports person's nightmare. F them. Do you understand what this is about, dog? Everybody black should just get up there and leave, do their own thing. There's plenty of opportunities everywhere else. They don't want black people working there, then hell, they don't want to respect us, then F them. We ain't got to respect them. We don't need them. That's why we empower them. And all the stuff that Ryan Clark was doing, and he said he was sacrificed, it took a sacrifice for. What did you sacrifice? You got fired. They didn't give you an ultimatum, because if they gave you an ultimatum, you probably would still be on ESPN. They didn't give it to you. Like you said, you was doing everything in your power to be on the show, to remain on the show. Like, I did everything in my power, man, to hold back who I was. I couldn't be a black man. They didn't want me to be a black man. Any job that make you feel like you can't be a man or a black man, it's time to go. I remember we was doing the insurance calls and everything, and for the businesses and the consulting firm, and they told me, because I was speaking clear, and the guy thought he was talking to a white guy. And they were like, look, most people won't do business with black people. They think it's a con. So if you make your voice sound professional in business, it's only going to help you. You're going to get more sales. I was like, no, I'm going to talk like me. And if they don't want to do business with me, then they just going to miss out on the money. I don't care. I really don't care. I'm not changing who I am. I'm not going to try to come in here and sound white. I'm like, so you want me to, hi, Mr. George, how you doing? It's me, Buck. No, I'm like, no, I ain't doing that shit. And what happened? I didn't listen to him. I got 20 sales in the first month and broke the company record. They said 20 in a month? And you just got here? That was my first month. And the guy who was telling me to do that, he was fired. And he was white. But he wasn't getting any sales. So I'm like, you're white and I got more sales than you talking like me. And he's trying to like, what did you say? He's trying to listen to what I say. I'm like, first of all, I'm not memorizing a phrase. I'm talking to people. I'm not calling them up. Hi, my name is Jeff, and I'm a business coordinator. And well, what is that, you ask? Well, I'm glad you asked. I don't read scripts. I conversate. They was like, you don't have a piece of paper? No. The only thing I need is right here on my notes that tells me what they're doing. I know what questions they're going to ask because I know what I'm going to say, and I know the questions that should come right after I say it. They're going to tell me, what do you do? Then they're going to say, I don't need that right now. Then they're going to say, I'm too busy. Not a good time. Maybe next week. They're going to come with every excuse. So every excuse they come with, I got to know what to say to every excuse. I got to have an answer for those excuses so that there is no wiggle room. You do that by the people knowing the people, actually conversating with them. That's how the sales happen. That's how people know who you are and what you stand for. Has nothing to do with what your voice sound like on the phone. That's what they try to fool you to change who you are, to make you feel you have to be something else other than you because you're not good enough. And this is why when that happens at a place that don't understand it, you can walk. This is nothing but Hollywood Shuffle all over again. Any movie that's black now, you gotta go to Tubi. It's sad. Hollywood is totally torn itself down. But don't do what Ryan Clark just did. Ladies and gentlemen, don't do that. You surrendered all the power to them by putting this video out. It's almost like you're begging for the job back. When you went up there and cried, man, I said, oh my God, what is he doing?
All right, you've been here 12 years. You have this incident. I want people to know that about you. I'm getting calls. We got the video. The video's been leaked. We're gonna show this. And honestly, I was trying to keep my job at the time. I should have told him, show it. Show him that he celebrated. Show him that I walked away. Show him that I was a 46-year-old man that said the F word from 15 feet away from somebody. But me and Peter talked. Yeah. Me and Peter fixed that. Me and Peter had the conversation. Me and Peter moved on from it, right? And what I wanted to do from him from that point on, because I heard what he said, I never wanted to make him feel that way, whether intentionally or unintentionally. So anything he wanted to do on TV, any point he made, any conversation he wanted to have, I was going to have it with him. I was going to support him. I was going to be a good teammate because that's what I did for everybody else. And like, that was unfortunate, but that's not why I'm fired.
You're standing.
See, that's not why I'm fired. All the narratives that they done told you on 1,000 videos up here that I kept telling you, that's not why he's fired. It's not fired for that. But ESPN is going to walk that around and it's going to go because that's what they want. They want y'all to jump on the Ferris wheel and they're going to keep feeding it everywhere. Like, look what he said to the white guy on the show. And yeah, you can't do that. Yeah, he fired himself. Look what he said. And then Fox is going to pick it up. The Outkick's going to pick that part up and go way back 2 years to show that part. But they won't show you what he said about Lacey that they didn't like. No, they're going to show you a black man telling a white man, hey, you didn't play the game. Like, you didn't play the game. See, but they didn't even let him finish his point before they tried to make a statement to say what he actually said. They're going to tell you what he said for you, even though he said it right on the show. That he said, this is more about me than it is about you. Like he said, I'm saying you didn't play the game, so this is why you're going to have that opinion because you didn't play. It's okay for you to have the opinion, but that is why your opinion is going to be different from our opinion because we've actually played. So our mindset is going to see it from a different way than you're going to see it because you didn't play. That's what the point he was trying to make. And he tried to explain it on the show. He thought he corrected it and said it in that format, but doesn't matter. It's the way they're going to spin it. And when you keep trying to work for a place that you know is corrupt, you know it's ridiculous. So you must be doing it for the money. Because it's like, dude, I got to do this for the bag right now. But, dude, you could have been positioning yourself. Everybody had liked you can go and talk to all these liberals. This was an audition for the liberals. Believe me, TYT is going to pick this up. If they hadn't already, they're going to go wild with this. Young Turks is finna eat this up. My thing is this. Let's talk about the Young Turks. How many black people on the Young Turks? I seen like 2, maybe 3. I see Rick Strom, all these other white guys, these white Jewish guys and whatever. They're making all these videos, 200, 300,000 on the video. They getting all of this money, revenue coming in for them talking about black people's pains. What are they actually doing? What are they doing for black people's pains? What foundations have they put together for it? What are they doing? Or they're making money talking about black people's pain. I'm just asking. Maybe I'm slow. Maybe I don't know. Maybe I'm a little messed up. I don't know. It's a lot of craziness in the world, people. You got to watch it. Now, no, my phone's updating. My watch is updating. He stole Nakia from Elkin Plays. I didn't like that song anyway. No Kia, no play in my car today. That ice crap, I haven't heard that since the second day. My thing is this, man. You got to understand, going around crying, you got to make your own mark. I talk directly to the people. I'm not going to get a job at ESPN and all these places. No, I'm going to do my thing my way. I'm not going to get hired by you to do something. If you hire me, you're hiring me as an independent contractor. You will never be my boss. We're going to partner to do this. You're acquiring me because of what I can do. But if I don't like the terms or if it goes left, I can leave and go someplace else. You can take your talents and build your own platform. What this whole production piece, was a cry out to all the liberals and everyone else to come grab Ryan Clark, put your arm around him, give him a bag, and take him on a circus tour going around speaking to kids or whatever. You can keep the revenue coming in. Don't worry, we got a spot for you, Ryan. I can't believe that when I saw you crying, that made me cry. I got this. This is basically an audition. It's an audition for a new job somewhere. So he can be on Good Morning America. He gonna be on The View. You want to be on The View, Ryan? There you go. Because even though he's telling his story, it's like everybody got that story. The guy right now at the machine shop in the warehouse can tell you the same story you just told right now. He got a boss right now that's a racist piece of crap. But he need his job. Because he is hell to go and get another job somewhere else in his position. So he got to put up with this bullshit. But he ain't finna go and cry. He'll cry at home in the privacy of his own home, get his cries out in front of his family. But they never let the kids see them cry. Now you cry, we cried together. All three of them crying on the show. Fred ain't working there. And I'm like, Fred, what you crying for?
And they probably like the way I represent the community. Yeah. I wouldn't change anything. Because that means the world to me. You know, or like when I go home and this kid, you know, from the West Bank is like so accepted in New Orleans now. Like I wouldn't change that. You know, never. You know, like all I ever wanted to do was be accepted. You know, and want it. So
now you see, that's the real pain there. All he wanted to be was accepted and wanted. So he did everything he could to try to fit in. Because all he wanted to do was feel accepted and wanted. The thing people would do for acceptance, for admiration, affirmation, attaboys, any way you want to label it, anything these people would do for you, you know, the thing of this is what people don't realize. And I'm not going to say it's performative because even though this whole thing was for that reason, this was real pain for him. That was a real moment. He really let his inner self come out. His vulnerability came out. He just always wants to be accepted. He always wanted to be accepted. So he tried like hell. He's going to be there on time. He's going to do everything right because he wants to feel accepted. The more you do that, the more people will not accept you. They know you always are going to try to please them. So you become people pleasers. So you start trying to please other people who have them do everything you want them to do. They never do anything you want to do. It's always one-sided. So the more you let down your borders or your governors and you move in an all-out sweep, like, oh, my guard is down, here I come. Then now all the nonsense that and the BS that goes along with it that you didn't want to sign up for, you know, here it is. So this is going to become more and more of a problem, more and more of a headache, more and more of a situation. Right. I've been offered 3 podcast shows. I kid you not. 3 podcast shows I've been offered since last year and this year. One podcast show, I just was not going to do that. I didn't want to do that type of content. I wish them the best, but I'm not finna sit here and do that type of content. We're not getting any advertisement money. Hey, shalom, my brothers, but I cannot do that. We gonna talk about Israel, man, and we gonna take it down. I'm like, oh no, brother, I can't. Hey, I love my brothers, but I can't get into that. I ain't doing that one. I ain't going down this road. They ready to start the revolution like on Thursday. So I'm like, I love them from afar. Now, here's the thing. The other show, the other podcast show, they didn't really want me. They wanted Kwame. So, and it was cool. I'm like, hey, that's cool. Kwame want to do it. They was like, no, we want you too. But, you know, they really want me with Kwame Brown. And I'm like, oh, okay. So you want a package deal. You want me because I guess you couldn't contact Kwame. I'm like, well, if you just want Kwame, then go do the deal with Kwame. I'm cool with that. Go do the deal. I'll step back. Y'all can go do it. And if he wants to do the deal, then he can do it. And he was like, no, we cool. I'm just saying, like, yeah, we want Kwame too. No, we'll just take you. Now, if he don't want to do it and it's just you, then cool. I'm like, all right. What? All right, I don't know who this dude is, but yeah, this dude just messaged me something crazy. Nice cut. Oh, thank you. I paid enough for it. So yeah, my barber was back like, hey man, look, this is what it is. No, my thing is always the crying and the whining. That's what I don't like. Stop crying and whining all the fucking time. We don't need that. We've done crying. You never let them see you cry. You don't let the bosses see that you disturbed. You be a strong man. Stand up. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's okay to cry. Yeah, this passive aggressive era. So this is great for him. But for black men, that's not what you see. That's not it. I'm telling black men now, no, this is not it. It's not what we do. We don't never let them see us cry. No. We ain't gonna let them see you broke us. No, hell no. You don't get that pleasure. You don't get that award, that reward. So you can go back and play it on your TV. Look, he's crying. Way to go, Burke. You really got him. I told you that, Burke, I'm going to send you another 100,000. When we're on the golf course, we're going to play, let's play a quick 9 tomorrow. Oh, Burke, I tell you, we really got him. You should bring Steven out, too, because I know he's hurt. That's his friend. Oh, no, Steven's a good boy. Steven's a good old boy. He'll be all right. He's going to toe the line. Burke got you out of there. Newsflash. Every job is racist. Nobody's going to like you. There's no contract in the world said they got to like you. Only thing that you want is that they respect you and treat you fairly. If they're not doing that, then leave. It's their company, not yours. Leave. All that I'm going to change this company? No, you're not. All you can do is show them it would not be tolerated. If you want tokens, go get tokens. But real people gonna know the real ain't here. I'm not gonna mislead my brothers into thinking the real is over here now because they got me here and I'm giving up the real so that I'm bringing them in to the slaughter to you. No, we'll leave. Because if I can't be honest, if I can't do this the right way, if I can't do this, I'm not out here race baiting. Some of the stuff he did was performative with Angel Reese and some of the other things where it was forced, I felt, to get into that lane of racial discrimination. And they say, hey, he's race baiting. Some of it was. Some of it was actually what was going on. But the network definitely didn't want to touch that with a 10-foot pole. But you know this is your job. Conduct detrimental. Conduct detrimental means to their discretion. Whatever they feel, they don't really have a list of what conduct detrimental means. They'll give you some examples like you don't talk bad about another employee, all these things. That don't mean anything. Michelle Beadle was able to go and trash Stephen A. Got him suspended. And he came out and said he deserved it. Now every time you see him, yeah, and that suspension was crap. I should have never been suspended. I'm like, well, you went on TMZ and said all you understood and you knew you were supposed to be suspended because you stood up for Ray Rice. So everybody know about this place. This has not changed. Look how they did Maria Taylor. Put out articles in the newspaper knowing that they were keeping quiet about Rachel Nichols' video, the audio tape, and tried to shame Maria Taylor. So they said, okay. And a black woman leaked that tape out and y'all fired her. Hey, that black woman, man, she should have a job for life. That's what I'm saying. All these so-called leaders and Michelle Obama's, where y'all at? Y'all, Angel Reese, y'all should have a bag for Ryan Clark, right? He went to bat for y'all. Defending y'all on TV, standing up for him. Who's going to come for Ryan Clark and take care of him? Who running black media? Right. They got Steven Jackson, a black man. She called Steven Jackson up. Rachel Nichols, instead of opening her damn mouth, she called Steven Jackson to go out there, to go on social media and defend her and make himself look like the biggest fool you've ever seen in life. Man, y'all don't know half the story, man. It ain't no race thing, man. You know, she was a sympathy hire. Call Maria Taylor a sympathy hire. A black man calling a black woman a sympathy hire. That was tough. That was a tough day for Captain Jack because his phone was ringing. And Maria Taylor went public to embarrass him even further and answer the question like, not a sympathy hire. I earned it. I was number one here. My media credentials quadruple hers. She's Barbara Walters' niece. like that's how like mother-in-law and all that stuff. That's how Rachel Nichols even got in the business. No one respected her in the NBA. Wouldn't give her an interview at all. That's why she was cool with Steven Jackson, because he was the first one, like in San Antonio, would give her an interview. Nobody would stop to give her the time of day. So when she got her own show, she went and got Steven Jackson because he was the first person that would like give her an interview, give her the time of day. And then when she went on ESPN to publicly address it, she got Kendrick Perkins and what's his name? Richard Jefferson on there. First of all, why are they on there? Why is Richard Jefferson and Kendrick Perkins talking more than the person who's in trouble, who's supposed to be apologizing? What the hell these two dudes got to do with it? They got the two black dudes on there talking. They ain't making no sense whatsoever. They look lost. They ain't even know why they were there. They didn't know why are we here. I'll be like, this your damn thing. We'll sit here, but I ain't saying shit. You got into it with a white woman, with a black woman, I'm shutting up. This ain't my place. This ain't my fight to get in. You was on I heard the audio, so I'm like, yeah, you got to explain yourself to her. What you need me here for? I was like, I'll be sitting here in the chair like this. I just want to know what your thoughts on it. My thoughts is you done fucked up, and now you done got that black woman mad at you. If I was you, I'd just be hoping she don't bust your head. Cut! Hey, I'm just saying. Sometimes you got to sit back. Oh, I saw that one time. This one girl got outside herself. And I'm like, oh, you've been hanging around the sisters and it's starting to affect you. Hold on, calm down. You've been hanging around Nadia and them. Oh no, I know you sleeping with Mad Dog. I understand that. But listen, you braided your blonde hair. Calm down now. All right, you got your little do-rag on and your little thing, and you think you tough because you hanging out with the sisters, Nadia and all them. They just like that you paying for stuff. But calm down now. Angel, Raquita, and Nadia is not finna help you. Now she gonna talk to me like that. Yeah, bitch. I'm like, okay, you talking hood, you doing all that, you're looking crazy and gangster. This black woman over here weighs about 200 pounds. Okay, she's a big woman. She black and strong. You are about 135 and don't have a prayer. You about 4'10". She about 5'6". This ain't gonna go well for you. Now go on over there, Mad Dolphin, and let you get in there. My baby for the fight. Tell baby. I'm like, look, Mad Dog ain't took a bath in about 3 months. I mean, the stankiest dude you ever want to see. Jesus Christ. This dude was stanking all over the place. But the point is, oh yeah, dude, this dude was horrible. And the fact that she was even with him, it's like, wow, I only seen him outside. I've never seen him indoors. If he's inside of a house, I don't want to be in it. Because I'm like, he had that whole place stinking. Every time he was always in people's backyards. So this is the bright in the backyard situation. And I want to say that was the worst. If they had, what was that? Yeah. I don't know if Instagram was out at that time. But World Star, I wish we had that one on tape. Man. That big black woman walked over there and said, let her go. Let her go. So they let her go, man. She came over there. What? So she came over there and tried that white girl through one blow. She was, go get her, baby. Mad Dog, yeah, get her, baby. She went over there, yeah, I'm going to put it down. Tried to swing. They grabbed, man, that girl grabbed her by her shirt, slung up. She literally threw her in the air like, bah! She landed on the ground. And she could have really did her in right there. She could have did it dirty. She waited till she got up and then she gonna run back in there. And then she got wild. She started crying, face was red. She came with a windmill. I'm like, oh, that's it. She finna go to sleep. Bah! I'm like, Frank, you gonna stop this? Nitty had to come over there. Hey, y'all cut that out. Cut it out. Hey, stop. And my Mad Dog sitting there like, yeah, my baby, man, she got to learn how to fight. I told you, baby, you got to protect yourself at all times. Keep this up. I'm like, this girl teeth down there missing. She, okay, baby, but my face really hurt. That's what I'm saying, man. Look, you got to understand, sometimes you going to lose. Stay in your weight class. Now, there are a lot of people who do things out of school. They do. They do things out of school, man. They really do. I just try to say, hey, well, Sarah, it's going to be whatever it's going to be. But at this point, why cry about a job being racist when you already knew it was racist when you went to the damn job? It was racist before you got there. It was Candyland. It's Candyland right now. Man, when he sat there and said, I love my job, I said, oh my God. I really love my job. I said, I love Candyland. Master been good to us. He feed us on Monday, clothed us on Tuesday, and beat us on Wednesdays and Thursdays. Oh my God, dog. Man, we need some black brothers from the 19th. Anybody, we need some 80-year-old black men to come up in here and talk to some other of these young black folks who's supposed to be world leaders. He be world leaders. Huh? How you gonna lead a revolution and you cry? Shoot, you don't know what crying is. You want to stand over some dead bodies? Shoot, and then you cry when your whole family wiped out in front of you. Now that's something to cry about. He missed those ESPN checks. He ain't been gone long enough to miss no checks. He still got checks coming in. So anyway, right, he still got the Pivot podcast. He making money there. Like, dude, they trying to milk this thing like the victim. The real people, he still paid millions. They got to pay out his whole contract. So ain't nothing he can do. Don't worry, 2 more years of Brian. Then we can get rid of him. He better go ahead and get me this Knicks money. All right, Brian, you got to get rid of the Knicks. That's it. So I don't want to hear nothing else. All right, y'all. I'm going to hit y'all later. Peace.